You know that feeling when someone gets famous for absolutely nothing.
You know that feeling when someone gets famous for absolutely nothing and then crashes harder than a drunk driver on New Year's Eve? Wow, that was actually kind of dark. But anyway, the Hawk Tuah girl just speed ran the entire rise and fall arc faster than Johnny Somali got banned from Korea. I'm talking about a woman who became internet famous for making a crude sound effect joke about spitting on a guy. You've got to give her this. Hawk Tuah turned that moment into a multi-million-dollar empire. She launched a cryptocurrency that immediately tanked, got sued for millions, allegedly snitched on her own team, and is now streaming to literally 9 viewers. 9! Bro, my grandma's Facebook Live cooking videos get more engagement than that, and she doesn't even know how to unmute herself. So this isn't just a downfall, it's a masterclass in how to fumble every single bag you've ever been handed, while simultaneously lighting your reputation on fire and using it to roast marshmallows. So let's break down exactly how the Hawk Tuah girl went from viral sensation to courtroom defendant to streaming into the void with fewer viewers than a random ASMR channel at 3 in the morning. Now, for anyone living under a rock or who somehow missed this cultural phenomenon, let me catch you up real quick. The Hawk Tuah girl, whose real name is Haley Welch, became famous in mid-2024 after a street interview, one you have most definitely seen. I don't even need to play the clip because it went mega viral, racking up hundreds. And instead of fading into obscurity like most viral moments, she actually capitalized on it. She launched a podcast called Hawk Tuah, which honestly had a half-decent start, but mainly because she landed some solid guests. She built a following and looked like she might actually turn her 15 minutes of fame into something sustainable. She was doing brand deals, selling merchandise, making appearances, and living that influencer lifestyle. For a hot minute, it looked like she might be one of the rare viral stars who figured out how to stay relevant. But then, because apparently making legitimate money wasn't exciting enough, she decided to launch a cryptocurrency. And not just any cryptocurrency, a meme coin called Hawk Tuah coin, because that seems to be the theme she was going with. The launch happened in December 2024, and it was an absolute disaster from the jump. The coin launched and immediately tanked. We're talking about a catastrophic nosedive that would make the Titanic look like a successful voyage. People who bought in at launch lost massive amounts of money within hours. The coin's value dropped by over 90% almost instantly, and investors were left holding bags worth less than the paper they weren't even printed on. Now, when your cryptocurrency project goes sideways that fast, people start asking questions, and those questions usually come in the form of lawsuits. Multiple investors filed a class action lawsuit against Haley and her team, alleging the whole thing was a pump and dump scheme designed to enrich the creators while leaving regular investors completely screwed. The lawsuit claims Hawk Tuah coin was marketed as a legitimate investment opportunity, but was actually just a cash grab. They're alleging securities fraud, deceptive trade practices, and basically every financial crime you can think of that doesn't involve physically robbing a bank. We're talking about millions of dollars in damages, and the legal documents are brutal. But here's where things get absolutely wild, and this is my favorite part. When the lawsuits started piling up and the pressure mounted, Haley apparently decided that loyalty was overrated. According to reports and leaked information, she began cooperating with investigators and essentially threw her entire team under the bus. She's allegedly claiming she was just the face of the operation and didn't understand the technical or financial side of what was happening. Basically, she's pulling the "I'm just a girl who made a viral video. How was I supposed to know launching a cryptocurrency required actual knowledge and ethics" defense. Which, to be fair, might actually work, because she genuinely could be that clueless. But her business partners and the people who helped launch the coin are not happy about this sudden bout of amnesia and finger pointing. Reports say there's internal fighting, accusations flying back and forth, and everyone involved scrambling to avoid being the one left holding the bag when the legal system comes knocking. As you can imagine, the snitching allegations made her even more toxic in the influencer and crypto communities. Because if there's one thing those worlds value, it's loyalty, even when you're allegedly committing fraud together. So now she's not just facing legal trouble, she's burned every bridge she had in the industry. And the consequences were swift and devastating. Her podcast, which once pulled decent numbers, emphasis on once, has completely tanked. Sponsors fled faster than rats from a sinking ship. Brand deals evaporated, and her attempt to pivot into streaming has been, and I cannot stress this enough, an absolute catastrophe. She recently went live, probably hoping to reconnect with her audience and salvage something, and you know how many people showed up? 9. Not 9,000, not 900. 9 individual human beings. There are people streaming themselves sleeping who get more viewers. There are fish tank live streams with better engagement. So yeah, this is what happens when you go from viral sensation to alleged crypto scammer to snitch in a matter of months. The internet has a long memory, and it's extremely unforgiving when you mess with people's money. You can recover from bad takes, cringe content, and embarrassing moments, but you cannot recover from allegedly scamming your own fans and then ratting out your accomplices. And that's obvious if you look at the comments on her remaining social media posts. They're brutal. People are calling her a scammer, a fraud, a snake, and those are the nice comments. Others are posting screenshots of how much money they lost, sharing memes about her downfall, and treating her like the internet's punching bag of the month. And the worst part? This isn't going away. The lawsuits could drag on for months, maybe years. Every development will be covered by news outlets. Her name is now permanently tied to crypto scams and fraud. 10 years from now, when people Google her, they won't see that viral moment. They'll see lawsuits and financial disaster. And it gets worse, because she could also face criminal charges, not just civil lawsuits. If prosecutors decide there was actual fraud involved, she could be looking at serious consequences, prison time, massive fines, and a criminal record that makes normal employment nearly impossible. The irony is that she had a legitimate path to success. She could have kept the podcast, done appearances, and lived comfortably off viral fame for years. Instead, she got greedy, listened to the wrong people, or made a series of catastrophically bad decisions, and now she's staring down financial and legal ruin. Some people will say she's a victim, she didn't know what she was doing. Okay, but at some point, you're responsible for putting your name and face on a financial product. You can't just collect checks and claim ignorance when everything collapses. And honestly, the 9-viewer live stream is the most poetic part of this story. She went from millions of views to single-digit relevance in months. That's not a fall from grace, that's a plummet into irrelevance so fast it broke the sound barrier. And let's be real, those 9 viewers probably aren't even fans. They're hate watchers, journalists, or bots. Mostly bots. So yeah, the Hawk Tuah girl's downfall is a cautionary tale about viral fame, bad decisions, unethical shortcuts, and why you should never launch a crypto scam. The internet giveth, and the internet taketh away, usually much faster than you expect. This was completely avoidable, and now she'll be remembered as an example of exactly how not to handle viral fame.